Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I got that Love Island Season 3 Monday Night Exclusive recap. We're going to jump into it. It was a little bit of interesting stuff in here, but before we unpack this, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button, and drop a comment down below. So, this is the Paramount Plus episode, and tonight they kind of gave us a preview. Well, I would say shown us what happened the day before in the previous episode. And of course, we have our couples that was saved by the viewers. And of course, we all know who they were. And then, of course, Charlie and Alana was saved. And it unfortunately meant that Ellie and KC was eliminated. And I think the moment that she said that she put him in the friend zone, it was a wrap. So, because a lot of folks were trying to vote Alana and Charlie off, but they were saved by the other islanders, and the other islanders that were the favorites decided to, dump these two off the island. So I'll keep an eye out. I doubt if they're going to continue anything outside of the island because, even though he was interested, Ellie was not. She friend zoned him, I think, in, episode 24. So, unfortunately, that's not going to work. So now we have this conversation between Kory and Olivia. And, they're just talking about how great everything is going for them. And I couldn't believe you were right under my nose. And we're just going so well. I couldn't believe it. And Kory was like, especially after I had dated about 8 people that came on this island. And Olivia was like, yeah, what's up with that? But maybe you were just waiting around for me. So I don't know. Obviously, they feel a connection, or they're just playing the game to get to the end. All of the other main couples that was really carrying the show is no longer there. So I guess they're just trying to keep it going. I don't know. This season to me was a bust. I'm more interested off island versus what's on the show. But I still want to recap it for you guys. So Charlie is having a conversation with Alana, and you remember that there was a conversation about how Charlie was feeling some kind of way that Cash has left. So, of course, that made her, meaning Atlanta, feel some kind of way or insecure. So, the thing is, though, is that now it seems like he's shifting his focus 110% onto Atlanta. And the thing is that she's definitely happy about that. She's here for that. She's playing with his beard. Maybe he's not into PDA, because we saw that with Cash, even with Atlanta, I don't see that with him. So Trina is definitely feeling Andre, because remember, Andre was all about Olivia, but that ship has sailed, it seems. So they friend zone each other just to keep each other on the show. But it seems like Trina has some interest, and she's definitely been showing her fun side lately. So I'm glad to see that. The girl is gorgeous. Every time I look at her, she is too pretty. So then there's this conversation with Bailey and Jeremy. Yawn. And Bailey is wondering why in the world is Jeremy playing hot and cold. One moment he's like all into her, and the next moment he's standoffish. He's been doing that since day one. With every girl that he's been coupled up with, it's just, I don't know. He plays this hot and cold game. He reminds me of Carrington from season 2. He really didn't show a lot of emotion. I don't know if and like I said, I heard the rumors. He connected. Love Island USA says that's not true. I don't know. I don't even know why he's still here, but he is. So while Olivia and Trina is having a conversation, she gets a text about how the Hideaway is now open, and then they vote on who to send into the Hideaway. And unanimously, the Islanders choose Kory and Olivia. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to see how this is going to go. Because I just, and I hate to say that because I'm not there. But I'm going to say it. I just don't see it with these two. I just don't. But whatever. So they're chosen to go into the hideaway. The girls are, prepping Olivia and what she's going to wear. And of course, Corey's talking to the guys. And I think that was that Jeremy, I think, says, what type, or was that Will? Said what type of positions you going to do. That's the question is, even if Kory, if he's actually going to do anything. Well, Olivia is ready for all of that. She's putting on her cute lingerie, and I thought it was pretty cute on her. She got the body for it. So, I mean, she looks gorgeous in that black little number. So he comes, knocks on the door to go over there and pick her up. They seem so excited, but I really wanted looking at this, I want to see what their chemistry is in the bedroom. She seems more sexually attracted to him. I think she's been wanting to jump his bones since 5-6 episodes ago. Kory, I just don't know where he's at. He seems like he's into her, but maybe he's a slow mover. I'm not sure. But as for Olivia, yeah, she ready to go. She was like, let's do this, I'm just going to have a good time. And that whole tub scene that they did, I thought that was kind of cute. When he started kind of tugging on the front part or the bra area of her little nightie, I was like, okay, Kory, what you finna do? I'm looking like, okay, Kory is maybe ready. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they are going to do something. So they share a few kisses in the hot tub, and I was here for that for a second because I like a little romance stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And the fact that he was really, I know he couldn't go too far, even though this is Paramount. But, yeah. So Kory's back there playing with that little light and tear the whole darn thing down. In the meantime, while he playing with light, some of the other couples are getting their cuddle on. Some of them asleep, but people like Olivia and Kory, yeah, they were doing a little bit of kissing. But my question is, did they do to do? Because the next scene that we got was her talking about her parents, because he asked, what is her family like? And her statements was pretty much how her dad is really strict and her mom is, pretty chill and cool and relaxed. And, I think her parents may be divorced, and she was really upset about that and leaving the family. So it was pretty interesting. I thought these little morning after scenes were really cute. So I'm thinking like, well, maybe she got what she wanted. Because the way that she was looking and he was looking, I'm like, just maybe. Well, the conversation went down. And, of course, Kory telling the boys what she had on and what it looked like. And I'm like, dude, you could talk about it, but you ain't got to tell what the girl panties look like to your boys. Anywho, she actually breaks it to the girls that they did not do anything. And she said by him not choosing to sleep with her, she respected him even more. So I don't know. I mean, he has each person has the choice on what they want to do and where they feel comfortable when it comes to sex. But with her, I know she was expecting one thing and it didn't happen. So I guess she's okay with it. Let me know what you guys think. I thought that was pretty interesting because it went kind of flip-flop. So now Alana and Charlie is talking again. And he's pretty much like, I'm all in. I'm ready to do this with you. I'm focused now. And, of course, she's smiling from ear to ear because she was worried about where his head was for a while, especially right after Cash left. And then there's this conversation between Will and Kira, and they talking about how great their relationship is, and it's just so crazy that we hit it right off and we're doing so well. And I'm like, okay. Because, I mean, I was riding for these two until Casa Amor. I mean, this is a place for exploration, like I always say, but I'm not sure about these two. She's definitely all in. When Will said on their date that he didn't want to put labels on their relationships, I was like, okay, well, it's only been 5 weeks, but you should know where you are with this girl. Another person who wants to know where they are with somebody is Trina. Trina wants to know whether or not that there is an interest coming from Andre when it comes to her. Because remember, they friend zone each other, but in the meantime, she's been catching feelings for Andre. I honestly, in my opinion, and I mean, I was hoping that they bring someone that would be 110% into her, because she's gorgeous. She got a lot going on, especially in her life. She's a nurse. I don't know where Andre is. I can't really tell. I mean, he put little hints out there, and I think she even said in this episode, I can't read him. So, I mean, he's definitely trying to keep it in the middle when it comes to her, because she's trying to gauge if this is something that she could turn, or they could turn into something that could go somewhere. And, she was asking 21 questions and all of that, but I think she was only able to get 2 questions out, and it wasn't really that deep. But, okay. So, we got these two talking again, Jeremy and Bailey. And Bailey is just like, what are we doing? Are you interested? Are you all in? And why do you act the way that you do with the hot and cold? Bailey, I don't know if you were watching the show before you came onto the island, but he has a history. It's his track record. And she even asked him if she needs to be more aggressive or, be able or to be more assertive in their coupling. And he was like, yeah, sure. That's fine with me. I'm like, really? Okay, whatever. So then they had a truth or dare, and so we see here Trina had to fill Andre's mouth up with a whole bunch of, look like pretzels or something. And then they had Charlie walking around like a cat because of his nickname being the big cat now. I must have missed something, because I don't remember them calling or what he has in relations to a cat or kitten. They had Jeremy walking around in Olivia's heels as a truth or dare. Trina had a dare to kiss, like this was the final kiss with Andre. And then Kory had to get up along this heart and dance like, I guess, a stripper, but also rub himself all over. And Bailey had to put chocolate syrup on Jeremy's toes and suck them. And I'm like, oh, okay, girl. I know that's something that, I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in doing sucking some toes of your man. Anywho, then we have Charlie, who was also licking hot chocolate off of the stomach of Alana. And looked like he was doing every minute of that. So they were sitting around, first the girls and then the guys sitting around talking about how they enjoyed the challenge and what they thought of it. And, I mean, when it came to Jeremy, he seemed like he was kind of freaked out about it. Because the guys was like, ooh, you got you a freak. And then when it came to Alana, they were asking her what she thought about what Charlie did with her, and she was like, oh my God, it was so cute, I really like it, and he was like, oh yeah, I'll lick whatever she want me to lick. I'm like, okay, Charlie. I mean, he was definitely all in for it, and he was very pleased with himself about what he was able to do in regards to licking that chocolate syrup off of Alana, and she definitely enjoyed it as well. And I also meant to say earlier with Bailey, she said she enjoyed sucking them toes. It didn't bother her not one bit. So tomorrow's episode 25. America gets to weigh in and send their thoughts and messages on what they think of the Islanders. And one of the biggest things is what's going on with Will and Kira. And they read something where Kira was like, I think the message was like, once you leave the islands, you're going to be really embarrassed. And so now Kira is having second thoughts and doubts about whether she can trust Will. So we'll definitely check that out. I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the Paramount Plus Monday exclusive of Love Island Season 3. It's a little bit, we got no Shannon, no Josh, no Cash, no Cinco, no Giovanni. All of the people that carried the show are no longer there. And they're having their best life outside of the island. So I've been watching them over there. So anywho, well, until next time, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.